It's almost been a full week since the Japanese set Battle Partners officially released, and I wanted to talk about that in relation to Journey Together coming out soon, do a little bit of a comparison, and kind of talk about how the set's doing on the Japanese side as a whole. Now, we are seeing booster boxes, something that I do find interesting. I know it's the new set, but we are seeing the booster boxes sell for over $100, which is more than Tastle Festival, which is the Japanese version of Prismatic Evolutions. 109s, 110s, 111s, pretty consistent. There are a few lower ones here on TCG Player, right? Nothing too crazy. We are seeing the similar things on eBay as well. 100 with $6 shipping, 118, 110, 140 with the promo card, 110, 113, 105, right? So all pretty much over 100 dollars, 130 with the promo there. So eBay and TCG Player lining up pretty good on pricing. Now I understand that if you guys aren't familiar, these are different types of booster boxes, right? Tastle Festival is a high class set, and Battle Partners is a regular booster box, so pull rates are going to be different. Traditionally these types of boxes, the high class sets, have better pull rates. Like you get one guaranteed SAR per box over here, so that can affect the singles prices. But in the past we've seen a lot of these high class sets perform really well. Not that Terrastle's not performing really well. You can see we're at 90, 89, 89, $90 per box on TCG right now. It did shoot up, this month from in the 80s. But Battle Partners being the hot set, I was just surprised that it was, kind of to this level. Let me know if you guys agree in the comments. We'll talk about the singles as well. But yeah, so Battle Partners doing well. How's that gonna push Journey Together? We talked about this a little while ago, but we're continuing to see these sales on the Lily's Clefairy number 126, $500, 495. Those two are this morning as of this recording. 530, 515, a 600 with the other one included, 500, 490, 500. This one's 300, and 525, 525, 570, 560. You guys get the picture, right? So Lily's Clefairy performing very well. This is one of those cards that, I didn't think out the gate that this was going to be selling for 500, if I'm being completely honest. Let me know if you guys did. Did you guys call this at a $500 card? And I do understand that, the set hasn't been out, for quite enough time yet for us to fully, get a hold of it. But it is interesting. We can make some comparisons. So that's why I do think it's worth talking. $600 sale down here. So Lily's Clefairy performing very well. Now, this set's been out a lot longer, right? Tastle Festival, the Japanese version of Prismatic Evolutions. But you can see the market price for the Umbreon, 409. So, new set, Lily's Clefairy. Didn't think it would be outselling the Umbreon, even though these pull rates are easier, and even though the set's been out longer. That kind of came as a bit of a shocker to me, if I'm being completely honest. So yeah, outperforming the Umbreon. The Sylveon at 136. We'll take a look at some of the lesser cards there. And obviously the Umbreon Master Ball at 310. Apparently TCG Player cannot get a photo of that card. It's been like this forever. But 136 is the second most valuable card, and then 85 if you're excluding the Master Ball. So that was just something that I thought was interesting. When I looked at Battle Partners as a whole, as a set, I kind of was like, oh, it's a little... I guess I would use the word mid. It's a little mid for me. Like, it's just down, it's not bottom of the barrel. It's just a little middle of the road. And, the English side we can see too. Like, this is what booster boxes now this is a little bit all over the place, right? You have 250 with $80 shipping, 280, 209. These are pre-order sales of just the booster boxes, 200 for Journey Together, right? 195, regular ETBs just under 100, right? You got the PC ETBs 200, 170. Well, with shipping that's like 200. Two for 330. 95. That seems really cheap for a PC ETB. You got to be careful on eBay with a lot of these, right? Some of these are kind of all over the place. You have a 110 to a 200 sale down here, varying. But my point being is that people are extremely interested in this set. The market obviously being extremely hot still. I was interested to see how the market would take this set. Not that it can't do well, but jumping into some of the other cards, right? So we have Iono's Belly Bolt, right? Uh, I do acknowledge that also Iono is in the Japanese culture, I think is a little bit more popular. Um, but like I said, if we go back over here to the set, if you exclude the Master Ball Umbreon, the next evolution is 136, and we're seeing 230 here, 270, 260, 265, 300 uh, on the Iono's Belly Bolt. It's kind of just a weird name to say, Belly Bolt. I don't know why. But Iono's Belly Bolt. Anyways, we don't need to go too deep into that, but yeah, so that was just a little bit shocking again as well. I know the set's new, but still, I thought that the power of the Terastal, the power of the evolutions, even with the generous pull rates, that we would see, maybe it be a little bit closer to where Terastal was at, and then kind of fall off. Now, the fall off will be a thing, right? That is something to factor in. We need more time to see kind of where some of these cards fall off. You have the Ends Zoroark here, which is one of those cards that I feel like every set has a card or two that kind of grow on me a little bit. I don't really have super attachment to this Pokemon or End specifically for any real nostalgia purposes, but this one kind of starting to grow on me. I like the darkness to this card. The like, it's not a grimace that he has on his face, but the grin, the evil grin, is kind of what I'm getting from it. I don't know. It's just kind of cool. But 140, 180, 140, pretty much 150, you're going to say a little above and below here on the Zoroark, right? So $150 there, selling pretty consistently. No, looks like none sold this morning yet on that card. Even the gold Iono's Belly Bolt, you're seeing lowest around 100, 100, some above that, 115, 108, 120, 100, right? So these cards are all selling. This is a card that I feel like is very interesting, and I feel has a good direct comparison that I think is very interesting. By the way, this card's kind of sick. This card's kind of dope. It's kind of grown on me. It's been selling around $50 for an SAR from Battle Partners. The Salamence, number 129, $49, $50, 47, 55 with the other card included, 44, 40, a little bit above 40, a little bit below 50. So yeah, fairly consistent sales on that. Now, the obvious easy comparison is to make towards the Roaring Moon on Tastle Festival. Now, once again, I know pull rates play a factor, but still, the stunning art of this card, obviously I prefer it over this one. Although this is a cool card, right? But obviously a lot of similarities here. Besides the art style, but this card's only in the $30 on TCG Player. It has shot up 43% in the past month, and it's still not near the Salamence really. So this is going to be possibly one of those sets. We'll see. Once again, I'm going to keep an eye on it. Like, where does the Salamence, do we see a fall off? Is there enough popularity and hype to like it doesn't fall off as much as we think? And it comes down just a little and levels off. But 50 for the Salamence and 30 for the Roaring Moon. Maybe I have some sort of bias here that's blinding my view of this. Maybe I'm overestimating how easy the pull rates are, from Terastal. I just thought that I still just thought that it would be a little closer, or even swinging in the other way in some, but maybe we just need to let it play out. I thought the Terastal hype would be a little stronger. We also have, so this is Hops Zacian. This is another card that I like as well. I like Hop enough from the game. He's fine, and I do like the legendary dogs here. I do think they're fine. This is a nice looking card. Around $50. You're gonna see a little above, a little below. You scroll down here. This one's 62 with the other card included. So that that bumped up the price a little bit. As high as 60 down here. Nothing insane, but just a nice little card from the set. You have the Golden Ends Zoroark here. This one's a little bit more expensive than some of the last few we've looked at, and this one's varying a little bit. This sale, I feel like, probably is the anomaly. At 86, you got 64, 63, 65, 65, 60, 60, 60, 60. There's a 70 in here, 58, and a 75. So a little bit more consistent sales besides that one. That's definitely seemed like the outlier on the golden Zoroark there. Then we have the lesser Lily's Clefairy. Right, this is not the same. You could see obviously people selling them together as a pair for $4.95. That was this morning. But on its own, this card is selling for $65. Now, these ones, I feel a little more, like, I do feel a little more conflicted even on, this one looks a little bit better where he's in the background, but like, where they're just like it's not a shadow of themselves, but they're just kind of like, I feel like they're just copied and pasted into the background. I feel like they could have done, like, obviously, the SAR, they're actually in the same thing and they're interacting a little bit more. And so I tend to like that a little bit. I mean, I get it, but this one doesn't really call to me as much. They're just like there, and the Pokemon's just there. They're not actually together. So I feel like they should have made them together, specifically on the English side, Journey Together, but they're separate and just photoshopped together is what it looks like. But 65, 40s here, more in the 40s if I'm being honest. Yeah, so I would say around 40 to 50, with this one being kind of the outlier. This was this morning, though. This is the most recent sale on the Lily's Clefairy. We have the Volcanion card. Now, these prices, a little... Now, maybe not the most popular Pokemon, but I think this card's cool enough looking. This kind of SAR pricing is usually what I kind of expect from the Japanese side. Now, this is what we've seen with other SARs from other sets when they come out the gate. Now, this one's at 26 with big shipping. That one's a little bit more expensive. But right here, you're seeing this coming directly from Japan. $16.70, 19, 17, 16, 20, 18. So this is a little bit more common of kind of what I expected from some of the other SARs. Obviously, bump the other SARs up above this one, but I expected things to be kind of like this. A lot of times, even the Japanese cards, especially the lesser ones, are just a lot more affordable, even from a regular booster box set. So this is kind of more where I expected some of these to see. You can go to other sets and get a lot of SARs and ARs. Obviously, the AR is much more affordable, but the SARs, in this price range. So yeah, that's just kind of why my expectations were the way they were. But interesting to see how it plays out. Obviously, I'm not in charge of the market, so they don't go off of what I like and what I think. The market, directs itself. But that was something that I did think was interesting, was the Volcanion, the much more affordable, lower entry price on an SAR for the set. So yeah, it's lower down the list, but I do understand. Then we have, so this is the Ends Reshiram. This is a regular AR, which would be called an IR in the English side, but we're not getting this as an IR. We're getting this as a box topper for the booster boxes. The enhanced, sometimes I think in the UK they're calling them enhanced. Here they're just on all the booster boxes. I love them bringing the booster box toppers back. I do think that that's really fun. We used to have those back in the day. So yeah, that's cool. We're seeing a set for 50. You're seeing these ones paired together, but singly, individually. 17, 16, 17, 17, 17, 19. So yeah, nothing crazy. This one kind of lines up as well. This is a really nice AR card there. So nice to see on the Reshiram. So before we go to the last topic, I just wanted to get everyone's opinion. Go down in the comments. If you want to hit the thumbs up button while you're there, I would greatly appreciate it. But let me know what you think of Battle Partners as a whole, these prices, and how is this going to transfer over to the English side? Because English side traditionally more expensive. You can use that between Terastal and Prismatic as a recent example. All of those cards way more expensive. On the English side, um, I don't think you can say, man, it's kind of like, so you have the, if you use the Umbreon obviously as an example, uh, you saw just the Japanese one around like 400 or 500, right? And then you have the English one at like 1500, 1600. Currently, that's like three times ish. I don't think you can use that same thing and say that Lily Sclefairy is going to be a $1,500 card on the English side. I just don't see that happening. So that's where obviously it's not a one-to-one comparison on any of these. So that's why I just thought all of this very very interesting set. So let me know what you guys think. Now we need to talk about some of these cards. Now this is the TCG Pocket. Uh, it just this new set just dropped. It's called Space something. I don't have it pulled up. But I wanted to just take a look at some of these cards and talk about how stunning some of these are, and we can only hope and dream that we are going to get these in the actual TCG at some point. We're pretty much just going to be looking at like the secret rares here. Even Tangrowth sitting up here waiting for a grooming. It looks like kind of like a little dog grooming station is what I'm getting. He's sitting up there, got the brush. I don't know. They've just been killing it in this app, the game. You got Combee. Some of the cards look great. Carnivine. This one's fine. This one's fun too. They can't all be bangers. Shaman. Right here looking, you can barely even see the Shaman right here. He just got his little nose up, just chilling. Mamoswine. We don't talk about these cards too much on the channel, you know. I did see something interesting that they released a statement because they just released trading, and they were talking about you cannot people selling, you know, doing a trade and then saying, "Oh, I'll sell you this rare card and doing a trade." They are cracking down on that, so be careful if that's something you're dabbling with. Manaphy, super adorable. I did think that was interesting, and you know that's been a thing forever, as long as we've had digital, you know, like World of Warcraft Gold, World of Warcraft accounts back in the day, all sorts of stuff, right? People will sell, you know, digital in-game items for real money. So yeah, that doesn't really surprise me. But you got the Rotom House. I just wanted to give some Drifloon, give some props to some of these cards because uh, I think that these are really nice looking, and I wish we got something like the Giratina, Cresselia, right? Just absolutely stunning cards. Being really nice to get into the TCG. Maybe we'll get them someday. Maybe we never will. It'd be nice if they started crossing over some of them. Rhyperior's looking good. Lucario. This Lucario card's super cool. I like the color pattern, everything going on with it. It's cool. Hippopotamus. This one's just silly. Spiritom's looking wild. Like this would be one of those cards. Just the colors and it would pop in person. Spiritomb, Krogunk. Let me know which. Also, let me know what's your favorite of these. Heatran. This one's kind of an interesting art style too. I like this one. That's cool. Garchomp, Sleepy Garchomp. It's a nice card. Staraptor, just chilling, flying. Bidoof. Everyone loves a Bidoof, I feel like. Glam, Glam Meow in the mirror. That one's fun. He's got even a little photo of himself framed up. You got Reggie. That Reggie card's kind of cool. And then you get into the other style. Infernape, Palkia, Pachirisu, yeah, Gallade. Nothing too crazy in these ones. The Darkrai does look cool. Dialga. You know, these ones are fine. They look great in the game. You can move them around, and they have like, you know, 3D effects and whatever. If you haven't played, I think I said, but this is the TCG Pocket app. I don't know if I said that. Yanmega, Infernape. This card's pretty cool too. This card's sick. I like that. Pachirisu again. Now these ones have this rainbow border. I pulled one of these. We'll see if it's on here. My first pack. The Gallade's looking cool. Weevil. This is the one I pulled my first pack. The Darkrai. He's out the window. His shadow is menacing over some sleeping children. with the ability Nightmare Aura. Whoo! Man, that's pretty cool. Uh, Licky Licky. Man. Licky Licky and Iono's Belly Bolt. He's licking down to the food truck getting some food. That's yeah. And then we had a Palkia and Dialga from different angles, different approaches to some actual TCG cards. So you have the Palkia here with the staircase, which we'll come over. Is this to this card? This is one of our actual cards. So I thought that that was really cool, getting different versions of that. You could get the little behind. I think that that's fun. Then we had this is a real card, the Dialga here, and you got a different little. I don't know if this is after he landed from flying here or what, but this is supposed to be the same kind of place going on there. So that's all I got for you guys in this one. Yeah, I did think it was interesting, the comparisons between the two. I did want to talk about the new cards from TCG Pocket because I do think that that's cool. I didn't think it deserved like a dedicated video per se, but I did want to talk about it, and I did think that it was cool. A lot of those cards are super cool. Yeah, so Licky Licky, I got Licky Licky in my head. I don't know why. I don't know if I've ever seen that Pokemon in the anime do anything. I don't know. We're gonna sign off with Licky Licky apparently, because why not? So yeah, that's it. That's all I got for you guys. We're signing off. Licky Licky, he's gonna do two things. He's gonna say his name, I would guess, and he's gonna lick. I don't know why I'm doing this. I deeply apologize if you're this far into the video. He's gonna go. How would he say it though? He's hungry, so he's gonna be licky, licky, licky. And remember, it was never a phase. Licky, licky.